Yes, hi, hello. I'm Dawnstar, and I play the childhood friend. Well, I saw Jade Empire as a chance to branch out into more legitimate acting. I get a lot of comments about what I used to do on stage, but you do what you have to when you're starting out. Well, the writers at BioWare didn't know my early work, which is odd since I thought you could find anything on that interweb thing. I auditioned with some dramatic scenes they would be more, familiar with. There are four lights! I don't know, they seemed to like it. It was a nice change from my old job. I used to have solid bits that really packed the crowds in, but I was overexposed. I got tired of the late nights, the second bananas. I lost count of the straight men I burned out. I didn't want to end up like my uncle Maximilian Shecky Star. He could really work the shtick, but no one wants to see a vaudeville review these days, even if it is the oldest profession in theater. I said I did vaudeville, right?
His name is Gao the Greater, and he built a fortune out of some ragged thieves and slave traders. If my charm can't lift your spirit, I'll buy the ground from under you.
Flaunting your father's undeserved wealth does not impress me, Gao. It only serves to push me further away.
You step beyond your station. She and I are discussing her future.
Thank you, Gao, but I'll pick my own poison. Now leave, and if you'd be so kind, stay downwind.
I won't forget this, Dawnstar. You show great disrespect. You as well. You will not take all the glory if there is an attack. We are not through.
Oh, he is Gao the Lesser in all respects. I thought Master Li allowed him to stay so that the influence of the father could be countered, but Gao never learns. He acts like he's above Master Li's teachings. Such are the conceits of wealth, I suppose. I appreciate that you arrived when you did. You've said so already. I'm fine. What brings you here? That is nice to hear. Gao could learn much from you if he wanted to learn anything from anyone. Please, he's not worth it. Let's just move on. What brings you here? What does Gao the Lesser ever want? He's convinced that he can buy everything, and that includes people. He's a spoiled little man. I'd rather not dwell on him. Let's not increase his influence by talking about him after he's gone. What is it you wish? Yes, he said you were coming. He just passed here with C. Pat on his way to help Kia Min. It's strange that simple bandits would launch such a raid. Master Li was concerned that this would interrupt your training. His respect for your potential is just so absolute. Has he told you any more about your future? Only what Master Li has told you in the past. You are meant for great things, but you must discover them yourself. It must be so frustrating, but exciting as well. It is not the same. You are filled with the promise of great things, even if they are unknown. My skills will always be darker. I can see into the spiritual, an ability that grants some insight, but it doesn't seem to be useful for anything other than keeping me awake at night. I helped Master Li discover the unrest that shapes your future, but I see only problems, while you are destined to find solutions. I envy you for that. I'm glad. You have always kept your feet on the ground. What does Master Li say? That you should keep the basics close to heart? Let's go get your weapon from Guzhen's workshop. It shouldn't be too hard to fend off simple bandits. They're foolish to attempt such an attack. Of course. Good company will make the walk go faster. Actually, Master Li suggested that I accompany you, just in case you need assistance. He is overly protective, as always. I know you might prefer to focus on your own thoughts, but I will be nearby should you need me. You must be tired if you're asking me about that. You've talked to him many times. You must be teasing me now. As I said, Guzhen's workshop is by the village gate, the largest building up the stairs from the square, right where it has always been. I don't want to go into this again. You know how I feel about my chi abilities. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to think about it too much. Manipulating chi has not come as naturally to me as it has to you. The things I do are different. I can see spirit shapes and hear the odd whisper. Master Li was surprised, but he has not had time to look into it further. Your training is his primary interest. Hopefully I'll find my skills useful for more than just keeping me up at night. Could we go on to something else? We are all spiritual creatures. When we die, our spirits are released to find their way to the underworld. The journey eases the transition from life to death. If their time among the living was troubled or painful, spirits sometimes get lost. They can seem almost alive and are often mistaken for living creatures. They usually only appear for a short time. They say what they need to say and then are drawn to the underworld. If a person's life was very traumatic, his or her spirit can lose its way for a long time. They can go mad trapped in the world of the living. Maddened spirits change. They lose their connection to the living world and begin to channel darker emotions. They can be very dangerous. I've only seen hints of those. It's been enough. I'm very worried about what may be coming. I don't know. That's the kind of thing old men sit on mountains to discover. Some say it is a place of judgment. Maybe it's about reincarnation. You'd think we could just ask the spirits themselves, but if we can't really understand our own answers, how can we hope to fathom theirs? I know that people should not be able to do what that assassin sorcerer did, summoning ghosts like that. I thought spirits drifted to the underworld. We should get our weapons as quickly as we can. I am honored that Master Li feels I am worthy of standing beside you. Do not distance yourself too much from the rest of us. What does Master Li say? That you should keep the basics close to heart? I like hearing about the great things you are destined for, even if they are unknown. You are filled with promise. My skills are darker. I don't like your bad feelings. They always end up being right. Remember the grass fire? Half of the field's gone in a day, and you knew it would happen. You said you felt the lightning coming, but not even Master Li knows the weather like that. I trust your instincts. You are full of such promise. Oh, don't be such a sour fish. I wonder about it all the time. You are filled with such promise. My abilities seem so much darker. We should go to Gujin for a weapon like Master Li said. Then we can address whatever threat these bandits pose. We should make our way to Gujin as soon as we can. There is no time to talk. We have to save the village from these bandits. This is so confusing. Master Li said I could explain the nature of spirits, but these were different. That sorcerer forced them to appear like wild dogs let loose. I was worried enough when we were expecting bandits. Now it seems there are dangers we don't even know about. Master Li called that sorcerer an assassin. Assassins don't attack at random. They have very specific prey. I don't want anything to happen to this home. I've never belonged anywhere else. Would it be strange of me to say I don't know? I have very little memory of my home before coming here, even though I was 3 years old when I arrived. I remember moving around a lot, never staying anywhere for long, and for some reason the robes of that sorcerer looked familiar to me. I don't know why. I'm sure it's nothing, just the memories of childhood playing tricks. With glimpses of the spirit realm invading my thoughts, I could have seen them anywhere. I can't remember specific incidents, but I am used to being shunned. People are not very welcoming of those who appear to not let the dead lay peacefully. Master Li said I was brought to him by a concerned ally who received me from yet another person. That person wanted me safe, but he said he couldn't ensure it himself. Master Li doesn't know who that guardian was or what I needed protection from. He promised to look into it, but he's not had time. Your training has taken precedence. My abilities are just a curiosity. You are the center of attention here. I prefer it this way. I can just be. Yes, I suppose you know something about that as well. I hope this does not sound odd, but I am glad we share that. Thanks for this talk. The events on the beach worried me, but you always improve my mood. Let's get back to what you need to do. Like revealing the names of killers or locations of lost family treasures? I wish it was so easy to measure. The spirits I see tend to wander without purpose. It's like a reflection of my own life. I was brought to Master Li by an ally of his who received me from yet another person, a guardian who said he couldn't ensure my safety. Names or titles are often given based on significant events or particular skills. I was apparently named for a red glow opposite the morning sun on the day of my birth. I have no other information than that. I remember moving around a lot, and for some reason the robes of that sorcerer looked familiar to me. I don't know why. I see. Very well. I will not trouble you with this. What else do you want? I worry there won't be time, but all right. Yes? I'll help if I can, but Master Li is waiting for you. Well, we've already visited Gujin, who used to be a guard in the west, they say. Old Ming always has a story, and he's usually by the statue on the beach. Merchant Fendot is in the village square. He's been expecting new goods any day now, for weeks. Oh, for training or learning the philosophy behind martial combat, go see Smiling Mountain. He is behind the ring, near the student quarters. He's always amusing. That was exciting. I'm glad you are safe. I knew you would be. Your skill is unmatched. Even Gao had to see that. I suppose that's what set him off. I hope he isn't allowed to stay. Punishment just makes him worse. Master Li has bent like a willow to accommodate him and his sorcerer's father. But don't you wish that some things made more sense? Anticipation is grueling. So much could be happening that you just don't know about. Yes, he does. I didn't want to say, but, well, I guess that's why we aren't the master and he is. He must be thinking of bigger things. It scares me sometimes, all this talk of troubled spirits. I didn't ask to be a part of it. As much as you want to know more, I doubt you had a say in your fate either. I'm sorry. This is supposed to be a happy time. You've proven your ability and Master Li is waiting for you. You should go to him. You can't mean that. I mean, Master Li does do some odd things, but he must be thinking of bigger issues. You should speak with Master Li. He will want you to enter the spirit cave soon. Master Li would want us to stay focused. Master, are you certain this is appropriate?
They have a dispute, and this is the only way to settle it with certainty. It will be an honorable contest. I have restricted Gao from using his father's sorcery.
Hello, Weapon Master Gujin. Good day to you. This is a great honor. A good weapon is a true warrior's most treasured possession. I know I always feel awkward when I try to speak it, but listening to Gujin or Smiling Mountain speak in the old tongue always makes me smile. There are days when I'm more proud than usual to be your friend, you know that? I do what I can to help, good merchant. That's all any of us can do. You should show proper respect. Ming is an honored man in this village. That will make his life a lot easier. Gao's father is not a good man to have angry at you from what I hear. At least you tried. I'm sure he'll be fine. From the sounds of it, he isn't too far from paying Gao's father back his silver.
You could just be pouring honey in my ears, but that's not half as fun as other places it could go.
Lynn, you're incorrigible.
Why do you need to ask me about Dawnstar? You know her better than anyone as far as I'm concerned. You two practically grew up together. Frankly, I think she might have a little crush on you, too. Notice how she's been less willing to train with you recently?
Lynn, that's not the reason why at all. I just want to avoid being a distraction.
Oh, sorry, Dawnstar. I'm sure you'd know best.
I will learn what I can to the best of my ability. If you have nothing constructive to add to that, I see no reason to speak with you.
Why belittle a fellow student? He has not insulted your ability.
The first one to reach Dawnstar in her garden wins. And I'll prove to her that I'm better. Master Li? I knew you could not beat me. I won the race. I am clearly superior. Aren't I, Dawnstar?
Knowing you, I'm sure you cheated, Gao. It's the only way you win.
But...
A race, and you won! Good. I'm sure Gao cheated, and still you beat him. I knew you would make the right choice. We share the same master, and he taught us both well. I can't believe you would do that. Sometimes I wonder if you and I were trained by the same master at all.
Oh, you! You're a friend of Dawnstar, right? I'm looking for her. Dawnstar, there you are. I know I haven't spoken to you in a while. I saw him again last night, and I remembered what you said. I wasn't as afraid.
I'm glad, Mrs. Zhang.
He seemed peaceful, if a bit lost. But I know it's not your fault now. I'm sorry for disturbing you and for what I said before.
Remember Zhang Jin, her son? He drowned last year after the mooring she tied let go. A sad accident. I saw his spirit and told her. She thought I was calling up ghosts. Some spirits return because of trauma, to rectify something that disturbed them in life or death. They are very focused. When the pain is gone, they find rest. At least they are supposed to. Jin's spirit told his mother the accident wasn't her fault. Now he wanders unconnected to this world and unable to pass to the next. Troubled spirits can be set to rest for a time, but unless the greater problem is corrected, it seems all dead are destined to wander until they go mad. I'm sorry, this has been difficult. I don't want to think about how it affects specific people. I'm still not sure I should have told Mrs. Zhang about her child. I don't know. People just want to be left alone with their grief. I guess blame is easier to understand than chance. Come on, we should go see if the students are all right. Master Li will be waiting. She wouldn't. She would rather blame herself than seek solace. Sometimes I wonder. People can be so shallow.
Now look what you've made me do. I've collapsed the way out. When I catch you, woman, you will be sorry.
It's always someone else's fault, isn't it, Gao? This is your mess. I didn't make you kidnap me. It seems Gao doesn't think much about anything.
I understand more than you. I did you a favor, but you are too stupid to know a good thing when you're in its grasp.
Being kidnapped was a good thing? You have an odd view of what it takes to impress a woman. You see that, Gao? That's loyalty and responsibility. Can you even understand those words? An errand? I hope saving me means more than that. He has earned my ire as well as yours. I will help if I can. Agreed. There are greater things to worry about. I hope we are not too late. I guess so. I heard Gao ordering them to kill anyone who approached. It's too bad so many people had to suffer for this. You weren't always so cold. I guess it helped you here. I heard Gao tell his men to attack anyone who approached. Thank you for coming to my rescue. I'm not sure why Gao thought he would get away with this. He had to know that someone in the village would come for me, although I suspected it would be you. I am grateful. Your friendship has always been a comfort to me. Maybe that was what made Gao so jealous. I don't know.
There you are. I thought you might need some help with Gao, but it appears I was wrong.
And who is this? I must thank your new acquaintance for his help as well.
Sagacious Zhu. You don't owe me anything. I just helped your young friend through the swamp.
Sagacious Zhu. Well, I am grateful. I don't know what Gao meant by saying he was doing me a favor. How could dragging me here be beneficial? He earned his fate, I guess. But I wonder what led him to that. Master Li tried so hard to reach him. Gao just seemed to get more and more bitter. He didn't respond well to discipline. It's too bad. Yes, I want to get back to Two Rivers as soon as possible. Don't be long. I don't want to stay here a moment longer than I have to.
I will wait by Gao's flyer. He can't object now.
Agreed. I want Master Li to know that we are both safe. It's too bad, though. He wanted to reach Gao. I'm sure of it. That's very cold of you, but I suppose he deserved what he got. It's sad, really. Master Li tried so hard to reach him. Well, I am grateful I have you as a friend. I've always respected your strength. I'm surprised Gao didn't have an interest in you instead of me. Not that I'd wish that on you. He was such a fool. Oh, well, your loyalty to us is very welcome. You wouldn't want this mess with Gao to disrupt our lessons. Is that what this was? I'm sorry for inconveniencing you. I'll make sure someone else is available the next time I get kidnapped.
There you are. I thought you might need assistance, but it seems you're done.
Does this friend of yours share your lack of concern? Perhaps this is a chore for him as well.
I am Sagacious Zhu. I'm glad to see you are well.
Sagacious Zhu. Well, I am grateful to you, at least. I have no idea why Gao felt dragging me through the swamp would be beneficial. Yes, there's no need to fight if you just leave. You sound so cold when you say that. I can't find such joy in fighting. We shouldn't let them get away. They certainly didn't look like they were going to cause any more problems. You're right. Let's just let them go. We have to help. Be careful. These louts will show no mercy.
Now look what you've made me do. I've collapsed the way out. When I catch you, woman, you will be sorry.
It's always someone else's fault, isn't it, Gao? This is your mess. I didn't make you kidnap me. It seems Gao doesn't think much about anything.
I understand more than you. I did you a favor, but you are too stupid to know a good thing when you're in its grasp.
Being kidnapped was a good thing? You have an odd view of what it takes to impress a woman. You see that, Gao? That's loyalty and responsibility. Can you even understand those words? An errand? I hope saving me means more than that. He has earned my ire as well as yours. I will help if I can. What happened to Gao's men? I thought they abandoned him, but it looks like you had to fight them all. I didn't realize you took that much of a risk getting to me. Thank you. I heard Gao yelling at them to kill any bandits who might approach. I guess they wouldn't stop to ask questions. His mercenaries didn't seem too eager to follow me into the cave, though. It seemed like they were humoring him. Maybe they were his father's men. Wait. Do you hear something? There are so many. Where are they coming from?
You should be more concerned with where they are going. You may have won a victory over Gao the Lesser, but it looks like he put things in motion that have outlived him.
What? What do you mean?
These machines have weapons. They drop casks that explode on impact. There will be soldiers on the ground as well.
Was that what Gao meant? He said something about death coming from above for Master Li. It doesn't matter. We have to get back. The students, everyone will need our help.
Walk away, Dawnstar. You won't get there in time. Better to avert your eyes than see something you care about fall to ruin. Save yourself the pain.
This machine of Gao's, do you know how to make it work? Could you fly it?
I doubt there are 2 people in the Empire that know how they work. It's a baffling combination of magic and artifice. We may be able to do it among the 3 of us. I was told that they are simple to control.
So you don't really know?
If you actually cared about the safety of this machine, you wouldn't be about to fly it into a swarm of enemies. What guarantee do you want?
Will you come to help us, Zhu? You seem to have a good heart.
If you are intent on returning, I will accompany you. I've already done more than I wanted, but I could not avoid this forever.
You are an interesting person, sagacious Zhu. Your eyes hold a great sadness that is oddly familiar to me, but I don't know why. Perhaps I am imagining it. We will discuss it another time. I hope we are not too late.
No! This can't be!
It is what I expected. I'm sorry you had to see this.
I saw the smoke from the air, but I didn't think it would be so bad. Everyone is gone. I hope you are right. Master Li wouldn't let this happen, not without a fight.
Do what you can together. We will meet in the heart of your school.
Guide Zhu to the heart of the school. We will meet there. Look around. What are we doing here if we can't save anyone? We have to find Master Li. He wouldn't let this happen, not without a fight. The school, burning. Every spring, I planted flowers, one for each student. Now everyone is gone. Don't let it be true.
There were so many. Everywhere. And fire from the skies.
Shh. We've chased off all of Gao's men. You'll be safe now.
No, they came later. First there were fighters in black, with fists you could hardly see. She told them where to attack and they turned like one mind. One purpose. Except for the one. He stood alone. His armor so black. Black like a hole in the earth. So deep you can't get out.
You'll be all right. Just be still.
I tried so hard. I'm sorry.
Wu said there was no warning, just calm skies and then fire from above. He organized the students, but they were overrun. Master Li was taken when it began. He went without a fight, giving them what they wanted. But afterwards, the students, they were killed anyway.
They leave no one alive.
It doesn't matter.
No, he is right to question me. I'm accustomed to such suspicion.
It doesn't matter. Whoever you are, whatever you were, you did not do this, and you do not have our master. We need to decide what to do. When we know where we are going, when we have a plan, then we can talk about who knows what.
Gao the Greater was behind this attack, but I suspect there is someone else behind him. You will find your answers in the Imperial City.
You know a lot. We will have to talk about the source of that knowledge.
Make whatever judgment you wish. I assure you, I have already made worse.
Let's go. I don't want to be here. I want to go where I can actually make a difference.
That is a very common desire. The hardest to achieve, but very common. Come, let's see if we can get Gao the Lesser's contraption in the air again. It's a miracle we all survived unharmed. We did all survive, didn't we?
I'm okay too. A little shaken up is all.
Not to further darken your mood, but flyers and wind maps are rare, even in the Imperial City. Out here they're all but unknown.
Gao and his pirates used flyers to attack Two Rivers, and the Lotus assassins who took Master Li had them too. Somebody around here must know something about them. I'm sorry to get upset, but every second we're stuck here, Master Li gets farther away from us. Very well, although I do not like the thought of remaining here for long. I sense something. This place is tainted. Something bad happened here.
Yes, we crashed our flyer and almost died.
No, it's something else. I'm sure it's nothing. Hurry, there has to be a safer place for us to camp than this.
Very well, I'll wait here for now. It's not so different from the marsh, actually. More of an impending sense of doom. But that could just be your influence.
The people of Tian's Landing owe you a great debt. You saved their town. Master Li would be proud of you, as am I. Now we have everything we need to follow Master Li's captors to the Imperial City. I am eager to do so after all the resistance we have encountered. If you could spare some time, could we talk about what we have seen?
I have concerns as well. Hui convinced me that your master is the glorious strategist. Tell me, Dawnstar, what are your earliest memories with him?
You would be better served by asking his favorite student. He was at the school 3 years before I was.
We'll focus on you quite a bit by the time we are done, given the spirit monk connection. But I asked Dawnstar what she remembers.
The only thing I know about my life before coming to the school is that I was not wanted, probably because of the bad omens I was born under.
Bad omens? What makes you think that? You said you don't know anything.
I know because of my name. It's one of the few details Master Li was told. I was named for a red glow opposite the morning sun, like a distant fire. Yes, I guess so. I wasn't there, of course. No one but you survived. I guess someone saw it, but I don't know where Dirge is or how far the fire was visible. It fits the time, but that just confirms my thoughts about being born under a bad omen. What could be worse than this attack on Dirge and the water dragon?
If that is the most troubling thing you learn about your birth, consider yourself lucky.
I am glad to be out of the ruins. There is so much death there, so much unrest. I worry for Master Li after seeing what people are capable of. The forest was a disturbing place. Such destruction. It was horrible, even if it was mostly unseen. This new flyer seems nicer than the one we took from Gal the Lesser, although I'm really only judging by how shiny it is. A poor guess, I'm sure.
No, the marvelous dragonfly is superior to the amber mosquitoes I foisted on Gao. And actually, the shinier the better. The heavens like their glory reflected.
Our new companion is strange. I sense the power of the demon inside the little girl, but I also sense nobility and honor. I'm glad they travel with us now. Well, this has already become an educational trip. From what you discussed with Hui, it would seem we are indeed tied to important events. You should get going to Tian's Landing. Zhu said it was through a bridge into the south. I'm not sure I can make my concerns fully understood. Our time in the ruins, the creatures we encountered, so much unrest. This was different from what I have seen before. There is pain here, but hatred too. The spirits around Two Rivers seemed aimless, lost. These are focused. I feel they would linger here, even without the support of whatever has increased the ghosts elsewhere. I suppose that is true. Left behind by their neighbors, literally to die. Could you recover from such abandonment? I'm not sure that I have. I mean, if I had suffered something like that, I'm sure it would have stayed with me. I should not feel bad about it. I was not left to die. I was sent to study at the school, probably so Master Li could deal with my sensitivities. It doesn't compare, really. These spirits, they truly suffered and have a right to turn on those who left them behind. Me? I feel like my abandonment was partially my fault, but I was 3 and I couldn't help being different. I would have tried to fit in if I had been given a chance. I know I shouldn't. I can see the result of such pain in the poor creatures in the ruins. I do not want to suffer such anger, such bitterness. It may not seem like it, but I draw great strength from you and the things you say. I am grateful for that. That is an interesting opinion. I thought I was strong for not resorting to that kind of hate, but now I'm not so sure. Are you saying that it was acceptable to leave people there to die? That they just lacked the ability to comprehend the necessity of it? I'm not sure I can support that position. No one deserves to be abandoned. I have personal experience with that feeling. Is that all you see? Just white or black, friend or foe? If we cannot understand what motivates our foes, how can we hope to bring the fight to an end? Problems left in place will just produce more enemies. When does it end? The anger I sense comes from understandable sources, left behind to die by their neighbors. Could you recover from such abandonment? I'm not sure that I have. Is this how you maintain yourself amidst the pressures of your life? By dismissing them? I suppose that is one way to view your role in the world. I thought you took your responsibilities more to heart, but I suppose I sometimes dwell on things too much. I guess there is another side to everything. As always, I have much to think about after speaking with you. Perhaps we can continue this another time. Our time in the forest was very troubling to me. To see such distance between the concerns of men and spirits is something I am still getting used to. I have been sensitive to these things for as long as I can remember, but it was not always such a disturbing talent. There used to be harmony. It was very gradual. The world just seems to be filling up with spirits that have no place to go. That this affected even the forest shadow is very disturbing. It makes me wonder how deep the trouble goes, and what mortals like us are supposed to do about it. What do you think? Master Li thought you were tied to this somehow. Can you comfort me? Your appreciation is just what I was looking for, and I am grateful. I know we will do what we can, even if the world moves in ways we cannot fathom. I am glad we can talk like this. It soothes my mind. I hope we can continue another time. I suppose that someone in your position has little choice in that regard. Everyone needs something from you. One more person just adds to the burden. Perhaps I've been looking at things the wrong way. It seems I should be more secure in myself before I reach out to others. Thank you for your time. It was not the answer I expected, but I see the use of it. Perhaps we will continue this later. What do you mean? It isn't arrogance. It is the natural order of things, isn't it? I sometimes wonder if I was left at the school because my abilities offended the order of things, but in the end, I found my true place with Master Li. Now that he has been taken, I fear that we will never find our way back to that simple life. Worse, I worry we were never meant to have it. I am trying to feel good about what happened at Gao's fortress, the lair of his pirates. We went looking for our master and perhaps another flyer. What we found? I was not prepared for how cruel people could be. Seeing those people with no control over their fates, it is similar to a pain in my past that I have not thought about for a long time. I would not dream of saying my experience is similar to those poor people in Gao's fortress, but that lack of control, I know that well. One of the only things I know about myself is that on the morning I was born the sky was red, like distant mountains were on fire. Perhaps it was dirge burning, as Zhu said. I believe it was an ill omen, and that stigma is why my abilities became a burden. That's why I must have been left at the school. To be subject to the whims of someone else just because of what you are, be you slave or outsider. Yes, I know that well. Yes, you are an outsider too, albeit one with power to change your world. I think the slaves in the pirate lair would greatly appreciate your skill in defense. And I would make great use of your confidence. You inspire me to think of the possibilities, not just the problems. I'm gaining an appreciation for the person you are becoming. Perhaps we should speak on these matters again sometime. I already said I'm not drawing a direct comparison. I know full well that there is a difference between being shunned and being imprisoned. However, they can take cold comfort in being able to see the bars holding them. No one was pretending they are anything but slaves. When people find out about my abilities, I make them uncomfortable, but no one says it aloud. The walls that keep me out are unseen, but they are there. Are people to be blamed for the pain that others cause them? What if they had no ability to affect their lot in life? I was born under an ominous sign. When I started seeing things, it must have confirmed the superstitions people had formed about me. Was I weak? Was my eventual shunning my own fault? Were these slaves at fault because someone else locked them away? You suggest that the only reason I feel bad is that I allow it. It is not the worst idea I have ever heard, but your approach is very indelicate. Perhaps I was expecting sage counsel such as Master Li might give, but he is not here, and we are both discovering what sort of master you will be. So you claim that I give them more strength than they ever had by dwelling on the past. A simple answer. Too simple. It is worth considering, but there is no epiphany. I already know I shouldn't let old wounds bother me. Master Li said as much. Still, you have given me insight into what I must do to survive our current trials. You also reveal how cold you are. Perhaps we will talk again. You have changed from the child I thought I knew. You are infuriating. You claim that I could not possibly know a similar pain unless I too was made a slave? You'd better hope not, or you won't be able to fathom what is wrong with the restless spirits until you are dead yourself. I am through speaking for now. I'm sorry I brought it up. If you have no interest in me or my feelings, you have only to say so. I will not bother you further if that is your wish. Seeing those people enslaved in the pirate lair has brought unexpected memories. I don't claim to have suffered as they have, but some things are similar. Do you have time now? I wanted to speak with you quite a while ago, but you have only now come around. I feel as though I'm bothering you with my feelings. All you have to do is say the word, and I will no longer burden you with my thoughts. I know, and I'm sorry to stress you further. I will try to be more gentle in my concerns. I just wanted to talk about what we have seen. You're all that I have left, and as a friend, I value your perception. Your words are hollow. Perhaps you are concerned about other things. I can see my thoughts only distract you. I will not bother you again unless it is of the utmost importance. I don't want to impede our rescue of Master Li. Thank you. I am sorry to distract you so, but much of what is happening is confusing to me as well. I am sorry. I did not mean to add to the stress of an already troubling situation. I see. Well, I will try to remain quiet about anything but the most basic information. Sorry I wasted your time. And mine. Do you actually want to talk? This is not the first time you've put off my request. You seemed sincere before, but now I wonder. I do not mind waiting, but if you are only pretending to have an interest, then what is the point? It is gratifying to hear you say so. I never meant to be a distraction. I have just always found the company of close friends very comforting in difficult times. No, I understand what you are unwilling to say. This isn't the time for personal concerns, even among old friends. No, I didn't have anything pressing on my mind, although your company is always welcome. We seem so far from anything familiar. Strange enemies, troubling plots. I will be glad when we can leave this place to find Master Li. We should get in this marvelous dragonfly and go after Master Li's captors. Talk to Kang, and he will get us on our way. Zhu made it quite clear what we must do. We need a wind map, and we need a flyer. The longer we take, the farther away Master Li gets. If that is your wish. I do not like the area around this place, around Tian's Landing. There is rot here, deep in the heart of it. There are secrets, and there has been much suffering. Maybe I just feel this way because of what happened at the school, or what I fear will happen to Master Li. I just know we must be careful. I will, but I cannot help worrying or thinking about what has happened to Master Li. Yes, of course. I am glad you are strong in the face of all the death and destruction we've seen. You weren't there. Neither of us knows what really went on. How can you say it wasn't the best course? I know that I know that, but he must have tried to do something. I don't know. The lives of our friends are already lost. Master Li's life is still in jeopardy. How many others will come to depend on you? I fear your burden, not your ability. I am glad to hear you say it. We must keep our heads clear to survive this. Is there anything else I can do for you? We can't always choose such things. We can neither escape nor ignore what we are meant to do. I'm sorry. Is there something else we can talk about? Be well, my friend. I don't think now is a good time to discuss things. I'd rather not die in here if you don't mind.
There you are. I'm sorry, I didn't want to wait back there any longer. I don't think anything will hurt the flyer. It's plenty hurt already. I found this gem in the wreckage. I'm not sure what it was attached to, but I'm sure you can use it for something. We could attack while they're still hurt from the ghosts, but that was the one giving orders before. Maybe we should see if we can learn anything.
I'm not afraid. I've got Yushin to play with, and to hurt forever!
I don't approve of this. That girl needed a friend. I could sense her spirit. You could have helped her. I sense an embarrassing story. It is good to know that we should avoid the subject. Hey! Couldn't we just help this man without trying to make a profit from it?
There is a way out. I'm sure it's at the bottom of this bowl of wine.
It is terrible to see the once proud captain this way.
Collecting them like bad habits, are you? I hate to be pushy, but I have a right to see this through. You did steal Gao from me, after all.
I don't know if I trust this man, but we can't afford to turn away potential allies. Not with what lies ahead. I guess the weapons on that flyer were active. That's certainly one way to take care of a door.
I am Xianxi, the great elephant demon. Gao's infernal magic summoned me and bound me here to guard this room.
Some sort of magic binds this demon. I never expected Gao the Greater to be so powerful.
Your threat holds little power over me. I deserve to suffer. I deserve death. I would have done it myself were it not I were such a coward. Yes, do it. I only ask that you make it quick.
How could you do that? How can you just kill a man in cold blood? I am worried this journey to find Master Li is changing you. What? You must not do this! Master Li would weep from shame. I don't like where this is heading. What are you planning? I beg you, don't do this. She's seen enough. Your offer was a corrupt one. We did the right thing by ignoring you. You cannot be seriously considering this, dooming the entire town for a few pieces of silver? I am glad to hear you say what I was thinking.
I am Merchant Xipeng. I work for Master Xiang. He's cutting me in for some of his business, yes? He sells the wine, I sell everything else.
What an odd little man. It is as if a rat and a monkey mated.
One quick pull and that cannon comes crashing down, taking out the dock and anyone on it. But my old bones can't pull hard enough to loosen the knots in the rope.
What? You'd hurt an innocent just to avoid a simple fight? You could defeat those pirates easily. There's no need to resort to these tricks. He seems sincere. It might be foolish to place our trust in someone so fond of wine, but I believe he'll be there when we need him. Well, it would seem we have little choice. I certainly hope we won't regret asking Rue to help us. I doubt that man could open a door, never mind a dam.
Wait! This man is just a poor peasant. Show some compassion. At least hear what he has to say. You shame Master Li with your actions here. We should protect the weak, not exploit them. You showed great compassion to that poor man. I am glad to see you can be merciful as well as strong. I have heard of Tempest. You can control the very air using that style, but that only those who walk the way of the open palm have ever mastered it.
I come from the inn, the Pilgrim's Rest. You must take a message to the town for us.
Oh, this poor soul has been in the forest too long. He feels wrong, just like the air here. It's disturbing. He seems simple as well. I wonder if the horrors of this place have touched his mind. You're safe! Thank the heavens. When the earth started to shake, I was cut off from you. The inn's pretty quiet. I think you stopped them. I still don't understand why you had to eliminate the forest shadow, but I'm sure you have your reasons. I'm glad we came through here. Those beasts had to be destroyed.
Well, you and me and little Miss Magenta here. Maybe she can distract our foes, flush a little leg.
Would you like to see the damage these legs can inflict firsthand? We should move. There could be... There's one there! Are they coming out of the walls? I'll go make sure they aren't trying to cut us off. You deal with the mother. This place feels all wrong. Can't you feel it? It's like the very air is unclean. If you can't feel it, then this feeling is as magical as it is foul. We should be on our guard. Laugh all you want. This is gruesome. Whenever I was in the forest, I felt uncomfortable. I think she knows the real reason why.
Gaze upon our forms and bask in our glory. You should be honored to see the true strength of the cannibals.
It's them! Their corruption is what I've been feeling in this forest. They are vile. Master Li used to say that the arena was once the greatest contest in the Empire, but that it has been corrupted in recent years. At least we know you'll have something to fall back on if our other endeavors fail.
Do not try to apprehend the Scourge of the South, but instead report what you've seen to the authorities immediately.
Well, all these years together, and I never suspected you were the Scourge of the South. I'm sorry. I know it's not funny. At least they didn't get your looks right.
These two scoundrels have eluded my best efforts, so I'm turning to bounty hunters. It's harder to run when your pursuers are not in a uniform.
I see no problem hunting down criminals, so long as we don't draw too much attention to ourselves. We eliminated a murderer, but his bribe tells me that we've let another one go. I wish this could have ended another way.
My name is Aishi, the Mournful Blade. And if you are another hunter come to claim my head, I suggest you turn around and walk away.
This woman has looked death in the eye and refused to blink. She is strong.
A great bounty hunter to have dealt with 2 cases in so little time. Your work is not done, though.
There's something very odd about this man, but I can't say what. Wait, he's dead. He's a ghost, but his will is so strong I couldn't tell until just now.
Someone like you deserves to work with me, not oppose me. I have a friend who could use your help, and I'm prepared to pay for it.
These men are as bad as the ones that destroyed our home. I hope you aren't serious about this. A difficult situation to be placed in. I hope we are up for the challenge. That was very noble of you. I've never known anyone else who would risk so much to help a complete stranger. You surprised even me. I can't believe you let him go, and accused Song Tao. And for what? For a little money. Your casual concern for the truth disturbs me.
There's that, too. Anyone could take offense. Now I'm doubly concerned. I will gladly offer you the going rate for a leading man, just for a walk-on part.
I think you should do it. You'd make a wonderful Lady 14 Flowers.
Wariyar, ir sair wiwi pitik.
We have nothing to prove to these animals.
The average citizen of the Empire is worthless. They are nothing more than cattle. In this they can at least serve some useful purpose.
That explains how they are produced in such numbers. But is it for the Emperor or Death's Hand? Not everyone has to be destroyed. This wasn't necessary. We will not allow you to keep these people.
What? Thank you. Thank you so much. I knew someone would stop them. Someone kind and honest.
I'm glad we helped them. I feel good for a change.
Master? Please, we just want to leave this place.
No, you can't mean that. They won't reach the fortress and the driver is gone. Please don't do this.
No! We must fight! We've traded one villain for another!
This has been troubling. We should return to the flyer as soon as possible so everyone can discuss what we have learned.
The Golden Press is far more dangerous, but I have nothing to do with that ungainly device. I prefer the elegance of ripping slaves apart.
We won't allow you to use them this way. Horrible. If the Emperor really is behind this, he's a monster.
You, new blood, get over there and occupy those ghosts until I can get real Lotus assassins to clean them up. Golem production cannot be delayed by this.
That does not sound like an order you were meant to survive. We're just fodder to him. Make sure we stay useful or he'll find another favorite. Smarmy idiot. He wants our help as long as there's no risk to himself. You will not keep them this way. A cruel collection. They do not deserve this. Never doubt when someone gives their word. I apologize for the cruel sport you were put through. This place is full of nothing but cold killers. They are all the same. Good can come from any man. His choice saved him. His daughter deserved this second chance. He loved her dearly indeed. You don't have to kill people like this. He didn't deserve to die. This makes me feel dirty. Was this the only way it had to happen?
I have no plan for you. No easy answer. But working with the Lotus Assassins is a bad idea. No good can ever come of it.
We really don't have any choice, Sue. It's the only way we'll ever rescue Master Li. I don't like the idea of causing trouble for Shang. Would you want us to kill Fang and his guards too? Slaughter everyone? Not only does it seem excessive, but I don't think that's how Inquisitors operate. It's up to you how we handle this, but remember that the Inquisitors aren't just thugs. They're more subtle.
Allow me a formal introduction. I am Dr. An, acupuncturist.
I think I've read a treatise of hers on the healing arts. It was one of the few we had in Two Rivers. It was brilliant. It is an honor to meet you, ma'am.
It is no less an honor to meet a fellow seeker of knowledge. I hope what small truths you could glean from my humble work have aided you. Such a beautiful voice, and combined with a quick mind. I'd hold on to her if I were you.
Success, after a fashion. We should go inform the others after we leave the arena. I'll wait out front with the others if you need me. Be careful. I don't trust this situation at all.
Aren't you a sight? I am happy endings.
famed courtesan, and it is a pleasure to greet you.
She's practically undressing you with her eyes. How lewd.
She will be dealt with regardless. Why not benefit from our actions and ensure that her removal is clean?
It might not be wise to run to the officials with this, but surely we should warn Crimson Kana.
Why not you and your friend there? Incentive enough for any man to perform superhuman feats of stamina.
I suddenly feel like I need a bath.
This building is Guzhin's place. As soon as we can, we should see him to arm ourselves. That's odd. Did I just hear something moving in that cave?
I can't believe they've moved so quickly. We need your weapon. Guzhin will be in his shop north of the main stairs.
I can hear fighting to the east. We have to push these bandits back off the beach. There's something not right. This place feels all wrong. The forest is the same, but it's stronger here. This is nightmarish. We have to finish this any way we can. The forest had a mournful feeling to it, but there's none of that here. If this is the forest shadow's home, she can't be behind the sickness in the trees. Look at this place. So many people. This truly is the heart of the Empire. The busy streets are almost overwhelming. It is hard to keep focused on what we need to do. Is this a school? It is so much bigger than what we had in Two Rivers. Shouldn't visiting ministers have more dignified accommodations? Remember Jingwu back in Two Rivers? He talked of fighting in the Imperial Arena one day. He would have done well. This city has so many wonders. I never dreamed of such a place. I do not like this place. Even compared to the rest of the necropolis, this is a dark and troubled place. I sense so much pain here. It is almost overwhelming. Whatever they do here is monstrous. This cannot be. How can this be allowed? It's almost over. I don't think there's anything left in the Empire for us to battle through. Everyone was so scared, and I still am. That sorcerer seemed far too interested in you and Master Li. No. It's all gone. Why did Gao's father do this? Why are his men here? The school. Everything is gone. Quickly, there have to be survivors. They can't all have fallen. They can't. A second floor? I'm surprised a town this small can support such a large tea house. Be careful in here. I don't relish the idea of fighting my way out of this place. This tea house must be popular. It seems like quite a prominent structure. These docks remind me of the fishermen in Two Rivers. A shame we will never see them again. There is something dangerous beyond these gates. The spirits here are troubled. There is much suffering in this quarry. So many lives lost. This must be the guardian the Lotus assassin spoke of. Water has covered old Tien's landing once again, but there is much it will not wash away. Be careful in here. This could be a trap. Look at that flyer. It's beautiful. The marvelous dragonfly is the perfect name. This forest is so troubled. We were well sheltered in Two Rivers to not see any of this.
I can't believe Two Rivers is gone. It was home. The people there were the only family I've known, and now they're all gone.
I understand, Dawnstar, but the path you are on may lead to even darker places. You must prepare yourself.
I don't want to think like that. We will set things right. We have to.
Returning your friends was never an option, but there are a great many more things that you can lose.
I know. I just wish there was a way to put things back the way they were.
In the past, I've shared the company of others that moved outside traditional paths, but this band of folks is by far the most exotic.
You looked at me as you said that. What are you trying to say, Sky?
Actually, you took it the wrong way around. You seem a bit more conventional than, say, Wildflower or Zoo.
The Guardian says that everyone hides a part of themselves, that they don't always look like what they really are.
I certainly hope that part's in there somewhere.
Really now?
Are we certain there is no room for us to stay in Tien's Landing? Do we really need to camp outside?
The ground is soft enough for a warrior. Walls just get in the way when the fighting starts. Besides, I've yet to find a bed that fits me.
Not everyone has a hide as thick as yours.
That is like suggesting the moon might give up its chase of the stars. I have more chance of becoming emperor than of gaining my freedom.
Everyone. You can't simply declare your place in the order of things. That kind of action is what drives the enemy.
She has a point, despite her otherwise being a bitch.
You seem tired, Dawnstar. Make sure you get some rest. Our journey will only get longer, and you've been through a great deal.
Thank you, Sue. I'm fine. I will find time once we have set things right.
Dawnstar. That's a very fitting name for you. Bright, cheerful, and beautiful.
That's kind of you to say, Sky, but I fear it is rooted in something far darker.
I show interest in beautiful things. I meant no offense. I just want to learn more about my fellows.
I won't, but our cause will not wait for us. Thank you both for your concern. I'd like to know, Silk Fox, why do you go to the trouble to dress up like that? As princess, couldn't you just command that changes be made?
You can't understand. My place in the order of things is as much a cage as yours, but stepping down grants certain opportunities to influence that are unavailable to you.
What do you mean by that?
Your station is already low. Stepping down would serve no purpose, and I doubt you would find it easy to move up.
I doubt the princess can. Those with titles tend to rely on them too much, and earn a few more along the way.
The Imperial City must be somewhat bewildering to you, Dawnstar. If you need anything explained, I will be happy to assist you.
I am not a child princess, and perhaps Two Rivers was on the borderlands, but the simple honesty of that life is something you will never know.
Thankfully, you are correct.
Enough talk! Why don't you two finally settle this with your fists instead of your mouths?
You're not in the palace anymore, princess.
Thankfully, you are correct.
What's the matter, Dawnstar? Are you scared that Master Li might find out?
There is talk of approaching bandits, and you bother me with unsubtle advances. How very like you, Gao. No doubt a tactic learned from your criminal father.
We should focus on getting to Jia. We can discuss things after we've done that. I suppose it is good that the Lotus Assassin Executioner accepted you. I wish I felt better about that. Will you be heading to the Lotus Assassin Fortress soon? When you are through there, the princess will take us to the palace. At least, that's what she promised. You've appeased both of the Lotus Assassin recruiters. What else could we possibly need to do? I dread the answer, but is there something the Inquisitor wants you to do as well? Do we still need to finish that unpleasant business with Shang, or can you just proceed to the fortress? Yes, what do you need? I'd like to get that business with Minister Shang out of the way.
She worries about the poor minister, a man she would despise in any other circumstance.
Be careful in the Lotus Assassin Fortress. They may not know you are an enemy, but they can still be dangerous. Hurry to the palace. I hate it that Master Li is trapped there. Who knows what the Emperor is doing with him?
My father will explain. Death's hand is behind this. You will see.
The Imperial City. I'd always heard how impressive it was. The stories didn't do it justice. I feel like I'm a long way from home, and I don't even know where home is anymore. If you want to go to the palace, you will have to talk to Princess Liane. She's the one who controls that path. I can still have the map ready if you want to fly anywhere else, but we should get to the palace as soon as we have taken care of everything. Very well, but let's not take too long. Master Li is waiting for us to rescue him. Very well, I'll have the map ready. Do you have time for me now? We should have spoken some time ago. If you do not wish me to burden you with my attention, all you need to do is say so. Thank you for that. This has been a difficult journey, and it is good to know such close friends are thinking of me. I want to talk about what we have seen in the Imperial City. You are becoming more than a friend, and I value your perception. I see myself as only a distraction to you. Perhaps after all this is done, we can... I don't know. I will keep my feelings to myself unless it is of the utmost importance. I don't want to distract from our rescue of Master Li. I am sorry to distract you so, but it has been a burden for me as well. If that is the case, I will remain quiet unless discussing the most basic of our concerns. I'm sorry I wasted your time. And mine. I'm sorry. I was foolish to disturb you in the first place, and it's indulgent of me to waste your time now. I'm not sure what I want. Rest assured that I know you have no interest in my personal concerns. I tried to speak with you a number of times, but you just put it off too long. I will not bother you with this again. I promise that. It is a bit late for that, and we have more pressing concerns. Please, let's just get back to finding Master Li. Do you really have an interest?
I accepted your word before, but it seems you may have exaggerated your concern. If you don't want to pay attention to my personal concerns, you need only say, we were content as friends. I know I shouldn't need such assurances, but I do appreciate hearing you say such things. You are a great comfort in troubling times. Perhaps you didn't mean it, but that doesn't change much. We should just focus on the task at hand. I don't mean to distract you. I just wanted someone familiar around me for a moment, if only to reassure me that we are still in the Empire I thought I knew. I have long dreamed of reaching the Imperial City, but now that I have, under these circumstances, I am more overwhelmed than ever. But that's what is bothering me. We can't be a long way from home because our home is gone. I can no longer say that what I see is strange or foreign because I have lost what I would have compared it to. I am the one out of place now. I would like that, to know you will be there no matter what. I've never had that stability, at least not before joining the school. As a child, I was marked by ill omens, apparently named for them. The people in Two Rivers were polite, but many did not hide the discomfort I caused them. How do you deal with being able to sense the spirit world when people make such absurd conclusions? That is horrible, but I see what you mean. That is where they got their fear from in the first place, from tales of witch women and sorcerers. I did not expect this conversation to take this turn, but I still feel better. I'm not quite comfortable with it yet, but I begin to see what has made you so strong. I would like to continue this later. As always, I have much to think about after speaking with you. I always just felt like a victim, but perhaps like now I was just out of place. Is that what you mean? I should feel superior because they did not understand me? I cannot change who I am, I know. Perhaps I just have to let all of that go. It will not be easy. But I do feel that you have given me a strength I did not have before. I very much appreciate your support. We should continue this discussion later. I have much to think about, and our work here has only just begun. The Imperial City. I never dreamed I would reach it. All right, what did you want to ask? I suppose that is a reflex of mine. I cannot be excluded if I don't belong to begin with. That is why I did not participate much while at the school. Get tough. I am quite capable of defending myself physically. Are you suggesting I harden my heart more than it already is? I already feel like an outsider. What good is there in pointless rage? I have no desire to spend my days growing bitter over things I can't change. I appreciate what I think you are saying, but the sentiment is so harsh. I don't want to become like the people who pushed me aside. No, it would be weak to fall into that kind of thinking just to protect myself from people who think exactly that way. I'm not sure what you are suggesting is all that healthy. Perhaps we are not as similar as I thought. I am sorry, I don't mean to distract you. I shouldn't be opening these old wounds while we have so much to do. There was a time when I was more inclined to that kind of thought, but the stability of the school helped me to find some measure of peace. I suppose that is best. We should focus on the job ahead and nothing else. Perhaps I do, but how can I rationalize away my concern for others? I spent a long time suffering people who did the same to me. I should stand up for myself more, I know that, but I don't want to become like the people who pushed me aside. I don't want to seem ungrateful for her help, but having Silk Fox here is causing me some concern. I mean, she is the daughter of the Emperor, and we do not know his role in Master Li's capture. Can she be trusted? To you, perhaps, but not to me. I think I am perceived as a rival, but no one has told me what the game is. She delights in taunting me, as though I were a child. If she is with us, why such hostility? The princess, the daughter of the Emperor, is jealous of me? I think the size of our task has addled your senses. What could I possibly have that would make her jealous? What does a woman from the borderlands have that the princess herself does not? What? I'm sorry. You caught me off guard for a moment. Well, that is just foolish, isn't it? I am not. Why would you suggest that? And why did you smirk? Are you trying to pit us against each other? Does it amuse you to see people compete for your affection? Your affection. Did I just say that? Well, damn you for being right. You have always been a good friend to me, but I never meant... I mean, I couldn't... No, No, I should have more control over this. This is too uncertain. You can't manipulate me into admitting something like this. Not when you can leave whenever you want. I prefer to have more control over myself, and as much control over what goes on around me as possible. Silk Fox, or whatever she wants to be called, is an unknown I can't compensate for. I can't stay in balance if I don't know what she represents. You and we talk and share thoughts, but she forces me to consider where that might lead, both good and bad. I'm not ready for that. Don't you dare! Oh, you tease so much, I don't know what to do with you. You have become so different since we left Two Rivers. Or perhaps it is me. For all the trouble we face, I feel like a weight is lifting. I suppose it does. Strange that you are becoming more adept at reading my moods than I am. I think we will have a great deal more to discuss in the coming days. I am looking forward to it. Until then, thank you for being so understanding. Master Li was right. You are special. Then we are at an impasse, and I don't know how to get around it. I think I am not ready for this. Don't juggle your words. I am not amused by it. You know very well what I mean. It's probably at the front of your mind all the time for all I know. What? What do you mean? Well, I don't know, I'm not used to thinking about that. I always felt that what came next was in someone else's hands. I've never been given that kind of choice before. I deserve not to be cast aside. I deserve better. Be quiet. Just let me think. I don't like what you are trying to do. You want me to lash out, to fight pain by giving it. I won't. Why are you doing this? What are you trying to make me be? This isn't who I am. I'm sorry, I've had enough. If you need anything for our current task, I will help, but I don't want to talk about this anymore. I can't justify it. I look at how much I fear, and I can't. I should fight more. I should spit more. I should slap the princess in her smirking face, and I should look at you without fear of what might happen, because if I grow to need you and you leave, ancestors help me, you will regret it. Am I? Perhaps you should worry if you are worthy of mine. That is what you wish, isn't it? That I assert myself? I did not intend for this to go as far as it has this quickly. I am startled by what you bring out of me. I need time to think. You have introduced me to some interesting ideas. I thank you for that. I think I have been weak for too long. Perhaps it is time that others started worrying about me. I thought striking back would lower me, but I don't know anymore. They deserve the worst I can imagine for making me weak. It is clear we have very different views about what is going on here. I'm not sure I want to continue this. In fact, I am very sure. If you wish something related to the task at hand, I will be happy to assist. Beyond that, I think we are done. The situation is useful? Is that what I am here for? To be used? Will I be cast aside when you are done? This is how it starts, you know. Soon there will be whispers and strange looks. I've seen that before. I don't want to be a part of this. So you don't trust her fully, but you invite her into our midst. I'm not sure I understand that, especially when she is so confrontational. We are much closer to finding our master, but the path you are forced to take worries me, and I don't think the princess shares my concern. We have faced these Lotus assassins in small numbers before, but this is something different. That is not what I meant. Hordes can be overcome. They are never the endless threat they appear to be. What concerns me is how you have walked in their steps to fool them. I am growing accustomed to you. I don't want to see this change you. I have always respected your resolve, but there are dangers other than death. When you walk in the shadow of the enemy, you risk taking their shape. You fought through the arena with your honor intact, but the Lotus assassins will press you to commit far more vicious acts. I don't want to win if it claims the good in you. What right do we have to harmony if we sacrifice what we believe to get it? I know you won't, but it still does my heart good to hear it. The more I know about you, the more I want you to stay as you are. It would be a shame for something to happen when we are becoming close. We will talk again. I know everything will work out just fine. What? It is very unlike you to say that. This is a different side of you from the one you have let me see so far. How can you make a rightful claim to victory if, in the end, you are no better than the enemy we work to defeat? Yes, I suppose I should. It would appear that you already have. You are very different from the boy I met at the school. Perhaps I'm changing as well.
I'm sorry to have wasted your time. It won't happen again.
What? I suppose all that I know is what you have let me see. I thought I was getting close to your true self. Was I mistaken? And if you sacrifice all the good that is in you, what then? I don't dare judge you, but some of what I saw in the arena worried me. If you can act as you did, what will the Lotus Assassins bring out? You found a way to appease the Lotus Assassins while sparing Minister Shang. Will you be able to hide your honor when in their midst? Minister Shang paid the price for you to gain the favor of the Lotus Assassins. Who else will you be willing to sacrifice? You embarrass me with such forward questions, but I think I like that as well. It bothers me that you risk so much to walk in the shadow of the enemy. I see the necessity of walking in their steps to fool them, but I am growing accustomed to you, and I don't want to see this change you. It seems like such a long path, but we are getting closer to Master Li and those who took him. I am concerned about what is coming. After all, the lair of the Lotus Assassins may hold a tempting power. Nor should you. I know your strength and how you place yourself above all others. You have shown how effective your way of thinking can be. What? No, that isn't it at all. You have shown me that I shouldn't worry so much about the method, so long as we approve of the result. I have the utmost confidence in you. You have shown me what strength can be drawn from thinking of yourself first. I know that if there is any power to be taken from the Lotus Assassins, you will take it. I am not concerned about that. Any help would be useful to us, despite the source. I am more concerned that their presentation might be seductive. You will not forget that our mission is to free our master, will you? I knew you would stay true to our cause. If we turn the powers of our enemy against them, more the better. It would be good to see someone else suffer for a change. Why should this change surprise you? You showed me how fruitless it was to try and meet cruelty with grace. If that applies to my life, it certainly applies here. If the methods of the Lotus Assassins bring us strength, you should use them. If you don't, and we lose Master Li again, you, not our enemy, will be the target of my anger. Do I? I suppose I don't have the patience to let people change on their own anymore, but not many deserved it. You helped me to see that, and I am grateful, even if it is taking me a while to get used to this darker view of the world. As long as you stay with me, I know everything will work out just fine. I've changed because of you. For you. I'm glad. I won't lose you, or the chance to save Master Li. I can't. Can we get back to the task at hand? There will be time to speak about this later, when we get this hateful world back to normal. I just want this to be over so we can build new lives. I was a fool. You made that clear the last time we talked. I was trying to find peace while making excuses for the behavior of others. I tried to effect change by example. Only I didn't know how to react when bad things continued to happen. Now I know better. Our enemies should be served back whatever they throw at us. Make them reap what they sow. Our cause is too worthy to do otherwise. This isn't what you wanted? Why convince me of this if it isn't to your liking? I didn't think I was. When you wanted me to be stronger, I thought you meant like the princess. Her concerns are all that matter to her. I don't want to see the world like that, like I have to be as cold as those we fight. I don't want to think that you are like that. What right do we have to win if we can't tell ourselves from the enemy? I know my heart isn't like that. I want to believe yours isn't either. I need some time to think. Thank you for this. I feel as though I have turned away from a very dark path. What good does this admission do me? I am tired of trying to be what others want and of being cast aside when I fail. What? But this was what you wanted, wasn't it? For me to give back the pain directed at me. Why convince me of this if it will only drive you away? I can't do this anymore. I tried to be what you wanted, but it isn't enough. I don't know who I am or who you want me to be. I think I need to let this go. Master Li should be our focus. This only clouds my eyes and my heart. If you need anything, I will be here, but I don't think these talks are helping. Maybe when everything is done. I'm sorry for wasting your time. If you subjugated the whole of their order, that would be very useful to us indeed. I wouldn't be against that. We could use them to our advantage against their leaders. It is just about time, isn't it? The Emperor or Death's Hand or whoever can only keep us from our master for so long.
The day already drags like an overloaded ox. Our enemies should be more efficient.
I do not shy from meaningful combat, but eliminating your boredom is not a worthwhile cause to fight for.
If there's no wine, there should be fighting. That's the way of things for a warrior.
At least we know where he is. It might be best to leave him this way. Can you blame us? There is an unsettling new presence in the group. It is just a discussion about the presence you've introduced into the group. It is not right. Such a torment to inflict.
A troubling thing, but war pushes many to make foolish choices.
It was a selfish thing, and I'm inclined to let him suffer the consequences. He risked everything for a hopeless promise.
Do you seek vengeance? I like this darker side of you. But was the act so surprising? Our leader appears to condone far worse.
Are you suggesting that everything until now has led to the binding of Death's hand, and that environment has let other evils flourish?
It is something to ponder. Perhaps we will have our answer in what punishment is chosen for our weak-willed friend. Are you looking for vengeance? For once, we may be in agreement. What does this darkened Dawnstar recommend? Prison? Death?
Look beyond the act. If we ignore his pain, we cannot fully understand what led to this.
Are you saying that Sky was prompted to do this because our leader appears to condone far worse? Sky's actions stand apart from the binding of Death's hand or any other evil. Let the poor rogue answer for his actions, and let Death's hand rot if he is useful to us. The binding of Death's hand was a regrettable evil that I know will be rectified. It does not mean that everything up until now contributed to it or Sky's betrayal.
We will let the one affected most decide what is the proper course of action.
The reasons do not matter. He risked everything, and I will not trust him again. Death is the only acceptable option.
The choice is not ours to make. That task is left to the one affected most.
Then I await your judgment. I will say no more.
Who will decide his fate? That is your right. I'm sure the judgment will be fair.
I am not quite so sure.
Binding the spirit of a member of the royal family is not acceptable.
I must agree. Death's hand has caused much pain. But if Prince Kin was also the victim of our true enemy, shouldn't he be allowed some peace? I do not like what this means, especially for your ability to make it happen. I am also surprised that the princess has not stood up for her relative. I am more interested in how you made it happen. Having him here is troubling, but I see that he could be useful. I cannot support this. His spirit should be allowed some peace. I can't follow you if you approve of this. You have the ability to do such a thing? I suppose there may be no choice if we want to succeed. You would strip away my will? What is my loyalty worth if it is forced? Please don't do this. Our time together means nothing if it is forced. Can't you see I must oppose you out of love? I don't know if I really know who you are anymore. I doubt it will be as easy as that to assuage the fears of those involved. You toy with spirits just like our enemies do. Please, remember the person you were before all this talk of power.
One must always accept responsibility for what one creates.
And that means he should be killed. It's the only penalty appropriate for what he has done.
He was weak. He has shown regret. Should we be so quick to end his life?
Yes.
I can't agree to that. Imprisonment perhaps, but not death.
I am resigned to whatever you decide. I am at your feet.
This is not wise. He's a proven risk.
While I might not have agreed with execution, I have to say that I don't trust him either.
Bah! Danger in front or danger in back. Only a fool forgets to keep an eye in both directions.
You just don't have the capacity for forgiveness that our leader does. That's a failing I'm glad you've kept to yourself. It seems a useful skill, and as a substitute for execution, it is the lesser of two cruelties in my mind. A chilling ability. I can't think of anything more monstrous, but it is preferable to killing him. An example must be made, unfortunate but necessary. No! Are we no better than those we face? This is simple murder. I cannot let this stand. My love, please. You know I could never fight you, but I can't follow where you are leading. Will no one else stand up against this? I could never beat you, and we both know it. I simply cannot follow you if you do this. Will no one else stand up for Sky's life?
Hold. Sky's fate is of no concern to me, but we cannot slaughter everyone who disagrees with you. They may be needed.
Yes, I am ever so useful.
Have some dignity, Ho. I will not follow this path, no matter the penalty.
I don't have anything more satisfying to offer, but it just seems a waste of life. I can't follow such a course. Will anyone else speak up?
You are on your own, fool.
I'm sorry, but Sky is a threat we cannot afford to have at our backs.
Perhaps I have acted too hastily. I don't wish to call my own loyalty into question.
Harsh, but perhaps necessary.
I must agree. Who will carry out this sentence?
If this is the way it must be, I am ready.
His crime is too grave. Imprisonment at the least. Death is not out of the question.
Well, I'm inclined to agree with Dawnstar. I'm impressed with the effect you have had on her. He has risked too much. Death would be severe, but not completely undeserved. Imprisonment would be the least I would accept.
Imprisonment is not out of the question. I would prefer a more understanding approach, but at least it would allow hope for the future.
Destruction is my wish. Cast him to the depths.
We may need to call on your services. This traitor has certainly earned it.
You have removed all choice in the matter, the weakest ploy of a poor leader.
Perhaps it is best that you are held this way. All others in your family descended to treachery eventually.
Examine your own weakness before daring to judge your betters, little Dawnstar. You would be here if you were stronger.
I am free to move because I know that lost causes are lost for a reason. The threat we face has changed what is truly right or wrong. A leader? No, the actions of a slaver. What choice do I have? You have taken my will. I will follow you to the ends of the Empire, but it will mean nothing.
Pretty little thing, forced to see what it truly takes to attain power in this world. A tragedy I am lucky to witness.
A greater tragedy is how you have fallen. If you accept this, what of your beloved Empire? What would become of it when our leader's evil replaces Master Li's?
It might not have been necessary if you had shown proper loyalty. Certain acts may seem unseemly, but we fight a greater evil.
And becoming like that evil is the solution? I won't! I can't!
I hold pity for Death's Hand. He endured this for 20 years.
You deserve worse for endangering all of us, for risking the Empire.
I have to agree. You are forever a traitor. We could not have you at our backs unbound. I regret this action, but better this than dead for a foolish act. We do what must be done. The sooner we leave this unpleasantness behind, the better. Perhaps the ranks needed to be thinned, but the sooner we put this behind us, the better. Do you really feel you have to ask? Shouldn't the answer be obvious?
There's no way I'm leaving now.
I think I speak for everyone. We are with you.
Let's at least hear what she has to say. How are we going to rescue Master Li if we simply charge ahead without thought?
I can only come to one conclusion. Lord Lao's furnace.
Kang, you are speaking nonsense. Lord Lao is a legend, an artificer of the celestial bureaucracy. His works are too fanciful to be real.
Well, here we are. I'd hoped I wouldn't have to use this entrance again. Keep any pets properly collared. We wouldn't want anyone wandering off. Well, here we are. I'd hoped I wouldn't have to use this entrance again.
Must my slavery be such a source of amusement for you? You should be grateful we are still interested in subtlety. We could very well have decided to storm the main doors.
Yeah, I'm staying here. For safety.
Trust her voice. We need a path through Master Li's corruption.
Trust what you see. Voices can come from anywhere.
I expect there will already be enough chaos to go around without your talents.
I doubt this visit will be any less violent than the last. We are here. Have you any other directions? Perhaps I should sweep the ground before you walk on it.
Please, Princess. This slavery is bad enough without you making light of it.
I would agree.
We are here. Have you any other directions? Perhaps I should sweep the ground before you walk on it.
That isn't a bad idea, Princess. How many times have you ordered some poor servant to do something similar?
That servant likely had at least the illusion of choice.
Here we are again, at the lair of the enemy. I'm surprised I never looked upon the palace with anything other than contempt.
What? Oh my. It seems we have transported to a heaven. A strangely familiar one for some reason, but I don't recall ever moving to such a place before.
It is strangely beautiful. We are clearly not in an earthly realm.
We have to face my father, but afterwards we must sort out this mess you have created, this confusing tangle of hearts you keep at your beck and call.
I agree. If I am in your heart, say so. I will not be a secondary plaything of yours.
So perceptive, and such a skillful tongue.
You are a vulgar woman, Princess.
And you lie to yourself about it. But that is a topic for another day. The Emperor awaits. I see. Such an abrupt end to a skillfully manipulated affair.
I don't understand. But I know I won't put up with this. Let's do what we must against this Emperor and get out of here. Then this is it. This is what you were meant to do. To face the Emperor in the heart of the Empire. All our hard work, sagacious Zoo's sacrifice. After all of this, all I can think about is how much more there is to be said between us. I have come to rely on that. Please, no matter what happens beyond these doors, do not forget who you are. Destiny has a way of changing the rules. We have come this far. I could not bear to lose you. Destiny has a way of changing the rules. After all of this, I would never forgive you if I were to lose you. I understand. Instead of words, a promise for tomorrow. Strange that you turn into a poet now, after showing me your darker side. We will live because I would never forgive you if I lost you now. I see. I am sorry I distracted you. Just know that my thoughts go with you, even if yours are not with me.
If you two are through, we must find your master, and the truth of what has been happening in the Empire.
I am glad to see that Wildflower appears well. It must have been a very disturbing experience.
No more than our own if we don't get moving.
Wildflower looks somehow different. Are you certain she is well?
No worse than the rest of us will be if we don't get moving.
So, your lost sheep, Sagacious Zoo, returned to save you. I didn't think he had the nerve.
That's because people are nothing but tools to you.
My dear little Dawnstar, I'm a princess. People bow to me. That is the way things are.
He has taken our master, killed our friends. What if assaulting the water dragon is true too? He must be stopped. Does this change anything? We can tell Master Li and give him hope, but we must rescue him first.
Then let's quit talking and go to the palace. I will lead the way. Well, I certainly see why he would keep that a secret.
He must have felt very guilty about it. Perhaps that is why he shadowed us for so long. Even in the swamps, he must have wanted to make amends.
That's all very sad, but it changes nothing. Our immediate concern is my father. I will guide you to the palace.
I have grave concerns about this. Please talk to me before we leave for the palace. I worry for you if the princess cannot see the danger. He must be on our guard. Is there another way to reach the palace? The princess doesn't want to see the danger.
She says she can get my marvelous dragonfly there in one piece. I've heard no other options, and I won't risk the finish flying blind.
People change, some for the better, some not.
I suppose they do, especially if what we learned from Gia is true.
This is not helping anything. Are we any closer to getting to the Lotus Assassins so this accursed woman will help us find Master Li?
Oh, she spits fire at last. Now I see how the child left her little village. She has some spirit in her after all.
And after we find the evidence against Death's hand, you will take us to the palace to find Master Li?
I promise, little Dawnstar. After we get what I want from the Lotus Assassins, the palace is the first place we will go. You have permission, so there won't be any trouble entering. It's only after we have the evidence against Death's hand that they might notice something is wrong.
It would still be good to get some information first. Sagacious Zoo might know something. We should ask him. Where is he?
No offense meant to those of you who are actually homeless, Dawnstar. If Sagacious Zoo has gone to warn the Lotus Assassins, you need to move quick. If he's just run off, he is no longer our concern. Everything is in place. I'll have my evidence against Death's hand soon enough. Oh, and you'll have access to your Master Li as well.
How generous of you. I don't wish to delay collecting on the princess's generous offer, but please speak with me before you go to the necropolis. This troubles me. I suppose it is wise to secure the recommendation of both, but please speak to me before you enter the fortress. This troubles me. Sagacious Zoo has knowledge of the inside. At least he seems to.
I have to admit, you handled yourself very well out there. For a farm girl, that is.
I'm sure I couldn't have done half as well without a princess there to keep one or two busy while I did all the work.
That's clearly the problem with you people from Two Rivers. No respect for royalty. Must be something in the water. We should get back to the temple. Go on, Dawnstar. I'll follow your lead. For now.
I will not let you down. I am honored that you have chosen me. Together we cannot fail. It is an honor to fight at your side. We were trained together. Your selection is only right. Thank you for asking me to accompany you. I will give everything I have to aid you. I look forward to our journey together. I don't know what to make of Zoo. He seems so tormented. What? I knew you had a troubled past, that you were asked to do horrible things, but this is beyond anything I imagined. So this is the lair of the enemy? We are really going inside. Wait, I should say something. If only...
Wait!
Oh, she would find her way here. Is there anywhere free of her influence?
Sorry to disturb such a touching scene, but I have a sizable investment in this, and there are things that should not go unsaid.
Take care in the Assassin's Fortress. Master Li is waiting for us, and I am looking forward to turning our attention to happier concerns. So, this is it. Into the lair of the beast. You are certain this is the right course. I mean, I know it is, but there's so much risk. I know you have defeated some of these Lotus Assassins before, but this is different, and I just felt I should say something before it was too late. I know you would, and there's nothing wrong with that, is there? Worry alone does not mean the worst will come to pass. It just means I care, which is more than I feel I have been allowed to show in a long time. You have shown me that, and I am grateful. Hopefully we will have time to discuss it further. Yes, I'm sorry to delay you when so much is left to be done. Just don't take any foolish chances. As soon as we get the information the princess wants, we can get to the palace and rescue Master Li. After that, perhaps we can go back to a simpler kind of life. I just want to make sure you are ready for this fortress. We have faced a few of these Lotus Assassins, but not on their home ground. You have shown me what true strength is, and that strength is all that really matters in situations like these. I know it will be enough. And what I am capable of, as well. I won't allow myself to be the victim any longer. That's why I'm telling you to be safe. Now get going. As soon as we have the information for the princess, we can get to the palace and deal with Master Li's captors. I look forward to making them answer for all that has happened. I have no doubt, although you do scare me sometimes. I know you will win in the end. You have to. I won't accept anything else. Then when is? After you throw yourself to the devils within, all to appease that spoiled brat of a princess? I'm sorry I bothered you. I just wanted you to know I was worried. Never mind. It doesn't matter. Just please hurry. As soon as you get the evidence Silk Fox wants against Death's Hand, we can get to the palace and rescue Master Li. I guess that's all that really matters. Was that Sagacious Zoo ahead? I know he wouldn't leave us, but what is he doing sneaking in there? Keep a careful eye out. He may be in need of our help. We haven't talked for some time, and this is potentially very dangerous. I needed to know... I just wanted to say that I hope you stay safe. I'm not sure what I want to say. I'm sorry we didn't come to know each other better. It has been so long since we last spoke alone. I just want to wish you well and leave it at that. You need to focus on getting the evidence against Death's Hand so we can rescue Master Li.
You mean so weak is your resolve? Ugh, I tire of this game of veiled intent. We blush like children for your amusement.
I don't see how balancing us against each other is productive.
Agreed. You're not giving much incentive for the continued extra interest you have enjoyed. I did not think you would find the concern of your closest friends trivial.
Yes, this is possibly the last we would see of you. If this is not appropriate now, when is it? Thank you for your assurance. I know we have all been struggling with the responsibilities destiny imparts. I don't wish to add to that in an unpleasant way.
Yes, I can see how you would not want to be overburdened. I think we are done here.
Yes, Princess, I believe we are.
I see. Well, if silence is what you want, I'm sure that can be arranged.
Yes, it certainly can. I'm sorry I was nothing more than a distraction.
Wait!
Yes, we need to talk.
This is getting too crowded. I doubt there'll be enough enemies to go around.
Shut up, you oaf. This is important.
I thought we should talk before... Well, this could be very dangerous.
Both of us, I wonder?
You cheapen the importance of this, Princess. He could die in there.
I am unaccustomed to admissions of this kind, but the situation demands no less. I want proof of Death's Hand's misdeeds, but there is more at stake. You must be very careful. If they learn your identity, you will face the whole fortress. As strong as you are, I don't think you would live to discredit Death's Hand. I don't want to lose you in a place like this. You could die here, and I wanted to say I would find that very unfortunate.
Princess, no. You pretend about too much to be genuine in this. Honest affection comes from years of growth, even if it was only recently discovered.
Ah, but that is not always an option. Sometimes there are difficult choices that must be made.
Yes, much like the danger we must choose to face, and deciding whose heart you think of to get you through such times.
Well, of course you want to keep everyone together. How else are we to function as a team? I cannot fault you for trying to be an effective diplomat.
That's not what this is about. I was looking for a more personal assurance of something.
I am not certain what this means, but I am sufficiently intrigued to let it pass for now.
You phrase things in such a way that I feel I am equal with a princess. That brings me comfort, even if the rest of this is a bit confusing.
I imagine it would be, little Dawnstar. We shall have to see if anything comes of it. For now, I believe we are done here. Take care within the Assassin's Fortress. To save your master, you must expose Death's Hand. And when you have succeeded, the three of us can expand on what you have suggested. I agree. Perhaps I alone should speak, just to save time.
Not this time, Princess. I will be heard.
Oh, fire in the eyes. How exciting.
So much has happened to get us here. Our hard work, the loss of Sagacious Zoo. I'm looking forward to having our questions answered. I also don't want to worry about you anymore. What if you are next to fall? I think I trust you now, but I am not sure what should come next. This seems like such an uncertain time to be making plans for the future. You have a very odd way of twisting a sentiment. How should I react to such a comfort? It is, I suppose, better than nothing. Listen to me. I think I am used to this new life, laughing about the danger we will face, about whether we will survive. Is this what normal has become? I feel selfish for trying to find peace while this war of ours continues. When we free Master Li, that will be the more appropriate time for this. I doubt you need any more incentive, but I am glad I have that effect. Now it is just up to the princess to keep her word. And we can end this. Everything will be all right again. I know it. Don't mistake my caution for reluctance. I have come to see how important you are to me, but I'm sorry. I need to know that this will be over soon. If the princess keeps her word, we can leave for the palace when you are ready. Then it will feel like the end is near, like we can go home. We are very close to our goal now, aren't we? I'm growing impatient for answers. We have pushed against the walls blocking our way, and it's about time we broke through. After suffering so much and losing Sagacious Zoo, I think this emperor owes us a great deal. I think we are owed time to be safe together. If you were the next to fall, I would never forgive you. That sounds more like a war cry than a sign of affection, but I suppose I should expect nothing less. Everything is a matter of strength to you. As long as your boasts match your action, I will be happy. I am looking forward to something for the first time in a great while. I know you will not disappoint. Smirk all you like, but the threat is real. I feel selfish pushing for what I want while this war of ours is ongoing, but I will have no such reservations when it is done. I am looking forward to something for the first time in a great while. You should not disappoint me. What? But this is what you wanted, isn't it? You said I needed to put myself first. Why convince me of this if it would only drive you away? It's too late for apologies. I need consistency, and I am not finding it with you. I should hope so. I'm still a stranger in my own skin. If I don't encourage you to succeed, what good are the changes I have tried to make? Let's just get this over with. Once we rescue Master Li, we can turn our minds to more pleasing thoughts. That is not really necessary right now, although I do enjoy the attention. We have come so far together. Thank you for that. I've only been here as long as you have. I doubt I have any information you would find useful. So much has happened, so much death. Sagacious Su's sacrifice weighs on my mind. Now I understand why he was so troubled. It wasn't cowardice that led to his exile from the Lotus Assassins. It was conscience. He must have wanted to oppose them, even if he didn't realize it at first, but that would have meant his superiors were wrong, a far graver thing than just being evil. What must it be like to be so devoted that it was easier to imagine a deficiency in himself than to confront the truth of the Emperor's evil? We have to make sure this can never happen again. I know we will. We have to. Hurry to the palace. I can't bear to think of Master Li remaining in the hands of this Emperor a moment longer. And yet he still did what he thought he must. We can't let that action be for nothing. He was flawed, as we all are, but he still managed to do what he thought he must. We can't let that action be for nothing. Sagacious Zu seemed very certain that Death's Hand is no normal opponent. He was also very deliberate in his actions, like he knew the fight was inevitable. I don't like it, but you have to get as close to the Lotus Assassins as you can to gain access to their fortress. That's what the princess wants, and she is our passage to the palace. Let's get what we need and get out of here. Just do whatever your master wants so we can get into the inner chambers of the fortress. As much as I think it is foolishly dangerous, you need to go to the Lotus Assassin fortress and find the information the princess needs. Very well, but we should get that business with Minister Shang out of the way. Don't go too far. I'd get lost in this city. I know it. This is all so much to absorb. I would appreciate your counsel if you have time to speak privately. Are you ready to go? You said that we needed to deal with Shang, and I don't want to leave the matter too long. Yes? I like to think that we can take time to talk about important things. What did you want to talk about? Don't look at me. It is bad enough I feel your will within my mind. I don't want to see your face. My eyes may do as you command, but they will hold no affection for you. No, don't make me suffer this. What we shared was a lie. Do not shame me further. I care for you. I would turn my head in shame if my body would let me. Will the Empire itself be forced to look at you in the same way? Just go. You can make me do what you want, but you will never again have what I once freely gave. Do not mock me now by claiming my feelings are a surprise. You knew my horror when you chose this fate for me. This comes after what we shared makes it all the more a betrayal. I was at your side by choice. Now you stand alone, whether I am there or not. Now I see the scars of Master Li's betrayal clearer than ever. You truly are a wounded child. There is no strength in this. Only the most insecure leader would command such forced obedience. Are you so fearful of opposition? Poor child, grasping for control. No, it was not. If you had listened to my concerns, I would have stayed by you of my own free will. I am never alone. You were always in my mind. Now it is no longer my choice, and it means nothing. I stood by you through everything. Now you stand alone, even if I am still here. So many changes. The Jade Empire is not the place I once thought it was. The closer we get to power, the more I love what you are becoming. So many lies. The Empire needs your firm hand. Death's Hand is a fine symbol of your power. The princess and Sky are fools for not seeing his worth. Someone has to turn the evils of others to good. There will be time for whatever you want. If nothing else, I can depend on you to make the world suit your schedule. Everyone else in my life has betrayed what they were supposed to stand for. You alone have stayed true in your actions and words.
Will there be time for us? If we take it. Good. I used to think that harmony and balance would save the world. Now I know that those are just words misused by everyone. Am I? Perhaps. But that is only because you have shown me that the world is a cold place. I was destined to be forever a victim, but no longer. I thank you for that, and I will stand by you whatever comes. If that is what is needed to rid the world of the fools that endangered the Empire, so be it. Better you than anyone else. You have shown me that no one else is worthy of that seat. I know you will make things as right as they can be. Go on now, we've been over this. You will shape the Empire with the firm hand it needs, unlike all the unworthy betrayers we have fought. I have no doubt that there will be. When everything is restored to the way it was, we will be able to return to the lives we lost. It won't be perfect, I know, but I even miss the simple heartache of mortal sorrow. Our time among the gods has forced greater worries upon us. Will there be time for us? More than anything, I hope so. Your resolve is inspiring. The Master Li I thought I knew would be proud. The man we now face should be worried. There is a great deal of temptation ahead of you. I know you will make your decisions carefully. I know you won't make the same mistakes your master did. You asked me once already, and I still have no doubt. When all is restored, the normal troubles of mortal living will seem like the greatest blessings. I hope there is room left in you for compassion. 2 others before you have walked the road of power and corruption. Please learn from their mistakes. And well they should. There must be punishment for the evil that has come to pass, and there must be control to ensure it does not happen again. Please, it pains me to see you struggling under such anger. Let my love guide you away from the corruption of revenge and mindless power. I know your heart. I know, and perhaps the greatest and hardest of those is yet to come. So much is on your shoulders. I do not envy you, but I will be with you, my friend. We will make sure the Empire does not fall to the desires of a corrupted few. I will be there when you take control. We will make certain that no one can harm the people of the Empire again. When the time comes, we will reveal what evils have been done in the name of power. We will make certain this cannot happen again, you and I. I know everything will be fine. You will see to it. Sky was a fool to betray you. All traitors will receive what they deserve. All of them. I know you will make things right. You have shown me what needs to be done. It pains me to see Sky a prisoner of your will. I know it was the most gentle of punishments available to you, but it is still sad. What Master Li has done is unforgivable. We have to set things right and undo the evil he has put in motion. So many spirits seem lost, as if the way to their rest is blocked. I didn't think they were dangerous, but those on the beach, I sensed madness. Time drove them mad. You disrupted them by defeating them in combat. They will not reform for a long time. I hope there is peace in that, but I don't know. So much is worrying me. I was watched, studied. If someone's ox died within a season of me bumping my head, it was somehow my fault, and I was treated like a pariah. I wish we could have visited the palace under better circumstances. I feel like an invader in the heart of my own land. Let's keep moving. We should get back to 2 Rivers. Master Li needs to be told about what Gao said. We have to find Master Li. There have to be survivors.
I stayed on the outskirts. I saw him at a distance a couple of times, but had no reason to look past the beard for a man 20 years dead. I had other interests. It doesn't matter. I know enough about the glorious strategist to say he would not have made these mistakes, and I know far too much about the Lotus Assassins.
Please, we shouldn't waste time after coming so far. We need to go back to the palace and find Master Li. It is deep and layered. The lives of people spent in the shadow of the wall. Working, dying, never leaving. All their experiences have left marks upon it. The stones echo with their passing. Sometimes I can almost hear their voices. I get hints, but nothing that seems useful. They are visions that are possible, or that have possibly been. They are very strong in the city, but they overlap as well. It has history, ages of history, and much of it is covered in blood and misery. And not all of that is in the distant past. There are dark currents I cannot see clearly. The threads of fate are woven in the city, or will be.
Does that make sense? I don't know anymore. Any spirits that can speak clearly are asking for help themselves. The world is upside down. It seems like there is so much more at stake than just our master's safety. I never said that. After all the time we've known each other, you should know me better than that. It's just so vivid in the city. If that is what you want, I thought you would be interested in learning what lies beneath the Empire. But I know our troubles must take precedence. I won't bring it up again.
I don't think we should spend our time in here chatting. Let's get what we need and get out of here.
I haven't had any time to think about anything except Master Li and Two Rivers and the Imperial City. It's all so much to take in. I was thinking about the Imperial City. It is such an expansive place with a great deal of history, but my gift lets me see other things as well. Glimmers of the past.
We fought well against those bandits, but I had no idea Master Li could command that kind of power. He destroyed that ship so easily.
After that, she will take us to the palace. We are so close to Master Li. Just a little longer, I hope. We just have to keep going. That's all we can do. We need to get back to the others. Be careful. There's no telling what the shifting of the fortress stirred up among all these graves. Very well. Don't go too far. We need to stay together. I've probably told you this story, but when I was young, I dreamt of a magic carp that would take me to a place where no one was troubled by visions or spirits. Now I can't help but picture that poor fish flopping in the streets of the Imperial City, oblivious passers-by casually stepping around it. Something about our current company seems to encourage it. Not that I'm ungrateful for their help, but I miss Xingwu, Old Ming, Gu Jin. It feels odd to have lived with an image of the Empire for so long and to lose it so quickly. I miss Two Rivers. I miss Xingwu, Old Ming, Gu Jin. I remember lessons in the school, and you making some joke that had Smiling Mountain snickering under his breath, even as he scolded us for not paying attention. What do you remember about those days? I keep all our fallen friends in mind. With all the spirits I see, it would be hard not to. I see the walls between this world and the next as very thin. Come, we should get going. There's a great deal left to do, and I don't want to leave it for too long. I don't begrudge the grim determination you have to show, but I am concerned by it. Don't lose who you are. That would be a victory for the people that did this. We should go. The task ahead will be difficult, and I fear the effect it will have on us. Your perception of that time is different than mine. I thought we were very lucky to have the training we did. I still do. Fine, we won't talk. I'm sorry I'm not dealing with all of this as efficiently as you want. Let's just get back to what we need to do. I am worried, but I know you'll be able to set things right. Let's get going. I feel a chill. There isn't time to talk. We have to look after the bridge before we do anything. I doubt there would be more than the chest we've already found this far away from the temple. Let's go make sure Kang hasn't been distracted. If you want to hunt for one of the chests the monk told me about, be quick. You handle yourself pretty well for a spoiled and coddled noble.
High praise from a farm girl.
At your highness's service. We should get back to the temple. Lead on, I'll be right behind you. We should go back to the temple. There's nothing more for us to do down here. Though you might want to look around for a chest first. It's up to you. If I am truly important, you would not do this. You only need me as a tool, just as Master Li used you. You didn't say how Master Li reacted to the news that I am his daughter, but your silence on the subject says much by itself. He didn't believe you. I don't want to believe that yet. There is always hope. There has to be, even with all of the hard decisions we have had to make to get here. Of course, he isn't the man he pretended to be. I expect no less from someone like that, from anyone. We have to fix everything, whatever the cost. More lies? Is nothing in the Empire what it seems? There is so much that is wrong. It is hard to see what is right. And you carry this burden most of all. Be serious. This worries me. The world seems to be filling up with wayward spirits. That it affected the forest shadow is very disturbing. That is very sweet of you to say. We should get back to what we need to do. Is there anything else you need? Direct me as you must, but do not expect me to like it. I am just a tool to you. We have to find Master Li and stop him. We can't let this continue. Sun Li is waiting in the throne room. We can't wait any longer. There must be justice for what has happened here.
once Sun Li is defeated, you can use the power of the water dragon to make everything right again. You're right. As useful as it was to help Master Li learn about the restlessness of the dead, thanks to my gift, I see enough disturbing things as it is. There you go again with your playful words. I never know when you're serious or what my reaction should be.
All is not lost. Hear me.
We must go to Dirge.
What? Why?
We must go to Dirge, quickly. There's no time to explain. You are here, alive. We thought you were dead, and then I had visions of the strangest things. That is all we can do to save ourselves today, but there was more that you learned in the spirit realm, wasn't there? I can tell. I saw hope in my vision that led us to you, but there was also something I didn't want to believe. I didn't tell the others. Can it be true? Am I really Master Li's daughter?
What? Laughable. I see why you didn't tell us. That is ridiculous.
It is no more outlandish than half the things I have seen in your company. She is of the right age.
Lots of children are born every day. I was born at that time. If you don't count this latest rebirth, so is our friend here.
But I was named for the fires of Dirge. Hui said as much, and it seems obvious now. The red glow opposite the morning sun was the temple burning.
So what if it was? It could have been visible across the Empire. But that's not... That would make her...
A cousin, a princess, a rival?
You be quiet. This is not amusing. You still seek to redeem your master even after what he did to you? Clearly you are beyond reason. Fine, believe what you wish.
Does anyone care how I feel about this? I am unsure what this really means, but we must tell Master Li and try to appeal to his sense of decency. This could lift so much pain from his heart. We must use it to unsettle him. That will make it easier to defeat him. He used all of us. We can't let this opportunity go. I don't want to be used like this. Did you enjoy being Master Li's tool? He should be told, but try to see this as a way to get through to him. And then I remember that you left me once already, and the anger I felt. I do not like the thought of being left alone. I would not be forgiving. You will survive this coming battle because I won't let you put me through losing you again. That is the understanding we must have. I have given myself to you, but if you leave me again, I will make those responsible pay dearly, you included. I no longer know who I am without you. A foolish reply. We are not immortal, despite the company you seem to keep. Things happen as they must. All we can do is find comfort in those around us, those who are special. There are places I cannot go that you seem to walk with impunity. I won't be left behind again. I won't allow it. Oh, I certainly would, but not before a great deal of pain. You have shown me how to move on, but not how to forget, or forgive. I wonder, does it matter? Could the approaching soldiers match the damage already done to my world? I'm so confused. About Master Li, about what Zhu did, about you. I know. You have made me see that I have to stand on my own. I wish I could believe that. I feel like everything I have known is a lie. There was a time when I might have disagreed with such a ploy, but that was before you showed me how to stand up to this world. Whoever Master Li is now, he is not the father I never had. If he deserved that role, he would have recognized me. He abandoned me by never searching. I am more concerned with what I have now. Sometimes I wonder what I would do if I lost you. Is that all it is to you? A way to make him weaker? Can't you see how this has hurt so many? Strangely, I feel the worst about Sagacious Zhu. He was charged with a horrible task and fought everything he was to save me. Only you experienced that side of him. It seems like we've lost things we didn't even know we had. I don't want that to happen again, whatever happens, no matter how Master Li reacts. I need something stable in my life. I couldn't bear to lose you again, not after all of this. You look so peaceful, even though I know that what you've been through must have been terrible. Yes, it is, isn't it? But tomorrow that will be gone, shattered. The time we have now may never come again. The time we have left is small. I wonder sometimes. I wonder what I would do if I knew that I would lose you tomorrow. And then I remember that I have already lost you once, and I could never suffer that pain again. I knew you would say that. I yearn for it. I worry so much about what tomorrow may bring, and what they love, what they must not lose. Whatever tomorrow may bring, we will always have tonight. I suppose I would have little choice. I just wanted to say that, to tell you, yes, we do. All of us. Yes, it will. And when it does, everything here, this time we have together will be gone. Shattered.
You will need someone to keep any advanced Lotus assassins away from you. I will accompany you.
No, it's too dangerous for just one person. I'll go as well.
Of course. Dawnstar, a chance to prove your worth to me. You too, Kang.
Yes, Princess.
What? You would put her in charge of my safety?
Now, Lien. We have to hurry. It's an emergency, so follow my lead.
You assume a great deal, Dawnstar, but it is not my choice. Gather your toys, Kang.
Make every shot count. We'll need the help. Try not to break a nail, Princess.
Try not to fight like a farmer, Dawnstar. This is important. You can't let them get by.
You're the one who should worry about failing, Princess.
Nuts and bolts! One of the fuses came loose. I need another minute. Or two.
Hurry it up, Kang!
You doddering fool! Get it done!
You saw a vision? Strange that I could not make it out. Strong spirits are usually quite clear to me. Please tell me if you have any more. I guess we should. I just wish I knew what was going on. Are you all right? You fell over after the fight. There was something here, but I couldn't see it clearly. You shouldn't stay here. It isn't safe. There's so much pain and suffering in this place that I can barely think. What did Zeus say again? A clearing near Tian's Landing across the bridge in south? It sounds simple enough. Lead the way and I'll follow. Do you feel that? Something is here. Something that hates the living. Forgive us, great dragon. Our mortal kin are ignorant, foolish, unkind. These crimes will not go unanswered. There is no other decision to make. This desecration, we must undo it.
It is the wisest decision. A pity such power could not have been put to constructive use.
One murderer for another. I cannot support this. This can't be right. Not after everything we have done. I will not allow it.
It must be done. It is the only way to truly secure the Empire.
An interesting question. You would at least be no worse than those who have tried so far.
I help myself by showing you what has been done in the name of power. Mortals will corrupt it beyond care for their fellows, or even for their own brothers.
She wants you to be disgusted by Master Li. You can make sure this never happens again.
Fighting in the heart of the palace. I never thought I would visit, and now I'm storming its walls for the second time.
It is not a task I wanted, but we have no choice. Such disrespect! This was done after Master Li ran from the Emperor, but he must have known it would be needed.
I have seen enough. Time to go, yes, please?
No! This is amazing! For such a creature to be mishandled so. The arrogance of the family son knows no bounds. Are you certain that you will remain human after all is done?
The heavens have manipulated us for too long. One you are destined to make. I will stand by you, my love.
I do not want to be a part of this. If I were not bound, I would beg you to stop.
Enough. If this must be done, let it be done quickly.
No! At least let there be a fight. I can't simply let you do this.
My love is right, as always. You will not have the satisfaction you wish. Dissenters must simply be killed.
I will help as well. It must be done, and we can permit no dissension.
Please, not like this. You see, my love takes personal responsibility. Already he shows more will than the frauds we face. This is what you want? Then the friend I knew is well and truly dead at Master Li's hand.
Yes, they will help in your cause even though they were disloyal.
Don't do this. You can't let the promise of power overwhelm who you are.
A fitting end to this poor creature. Let him be a part of bringing you the power that corrupted him.
It is that simple? You can simply order his death and he falls? If you risk the Empire, should you not have to risk yourself? Don't say that. We have fought so hard to restore things to the way they were. Perhaps it should be abandoned. No good has come of it so far. For whom would you make things better? Everyone, or just those who pleased you?
Yes, so much pain could be avoided with a strong hand. He planned it all from the start. His betrayal goes back to the very beginning.
Nothing was solved. The problem was merely pushed onto someone else's plate. I will follow as well as I can, love, but I do not know if I will be much help. I could not stand against the previous emperor, and Master Li is stronger. Soon we'll set things right, and no one will be able to say otherwise. I know this is right. You showed me. I will treasure this moment for as long as I live. To have a hand in such a creature's destiny, it is an honor.
That is true, and I doubt we can do much to help you. You must face your master yourself. Would we even stand a chance?
We have to try. I can't leave here knowing I didn't try. I am still bound to you, and I ask that you let me fight. Master Li has much to answer for. I will try. I have to. If that is what you wish, but I would do so even without your command. This is my fate, too, now. There is little we can do. You are the one who led us here. When I was young, I hoped to visit the palace one day. There was so much I didn't know. I am with you. We haven't come this far to fail now. Let me talk. I will appeal to him as a daughter. It may strengthen our chances against him. I'm not sure what I expected my father to be, but I remember a time when I hoped he was someone like you. Not anymore. Master Li, Son Li, please hear me. Don't do this. I know you are not as heartless as you appear. You couldn't be. Not and still be my father.
That it was you, Dawnstar, only reinforces this. I would have recognized you if I had cared to. What use are heirs to a god?
I always thought I'd been abandoned. It was not until just now that I knew for certain. If I am dead to you, then you are dead to me. Should I try to appeal to him as a daughter? I don't know if he is truly beyond caring or not.